Hello, everybody. Welcome to the session, Time to Get Paid, Speeding Up Insurance Reimbursements. My name is Matt Bernier. I'm the product director at Rectangle Health, and I'm excited to share with you today some thoughts and ideas around investing in technologies to speed up your insurance payments. So before I get into that, I want to step back and look at the high level, kind of 30,000 foot view of the industry right now. On the screen in front of you, you see medical and dental trends. Medical includes, all the verticals, including vision. So you can see that on the medical side, adoption of electronic or, automated electronic payments is high and has been high for a while. And then on the dental side, you can see they're still catching up, getting more and more electronic payments every year. This has just been the trend for a while, and we do expect medical in general to keep going up, even though it's kind of flattened off in the last few years. But the lesson there is that people are investing in electronic insurance payments and will probably continue to do so over time. You can see there's been a 12% increase in claim payment volume as the insurance companies have adopted electronic payments, and definitely an increased time to collect and conduct those transactions, a 22% increase. So just understanding the industry trends helps us wrap our mind around, where people are going today. And now I'm going to jump into, the reasons why you may want to adopt electronic payments. So investing in technology helps improve processing, contributing to staff burnout. So even in our personal lives, we trade off time for money all the time. So something's more convenient, we'll pay a little extra for it. If something saves us time in our personal life, it might cost us a few extra dollars, but it's something we need to do to make those things more convenient for us. And processing those insurance payments is no different. So, automating payments and claims electronically can reduce the risk for manual data entry and minimize the risk of human error. So, as in my experience and our experience here at Rectangle Health, visiting many practices and seeing, the amount of paper people have stacked on their desks, the amount of mail coming in, paper mail coming in, there's a lot of possibilities for data entry error. And automating that process can, help clean up that desk and help reduce the amount of errors of just things getting lost in the shuffle, literally, every day inside your practice. It's also going to enhance the visibility and the reporting. So those electronic payments from the insurance companies come with an explanation of payment. And again, that contributes to that big stack of papers on the desk that's getting shuffled around. Why not have those in your system at your fingertips in an electronic format? So when you're ready to, you can post when needed. And again, at the end, they're reducing paper-based processes. So having those stacks of paper, it can lead to disorganization. It can lead to, not having an organized approach towards posting or towards, accounting for all those payments coming in. So definitely on the administrative side, investing in those electronic solutions is going to help you save time and reduce your staff burnout. It's going to make their lives easier. It's going to help you also realize your revenue faster. So you can definitely speed up your cash flow. And again, this goes back to the point of, we make trade-offs. We invest in technology so things can be more reliable and faster. So consolidated payments, technology that consolidates payments into a single stream reduces administrative overhead. So instead of having to look in multiple places for multiple payments, you can have them in one spot in one system. So you don't have a stack of papers over here. You don't have a set of patient payments over here. You don't have another set of patient payments or insurance payments over here because maybe some of them are electronic. Maybe some of them are still paper. So instead of having a mixture, convert everything to one electronic automated payment method, and that will definitely get the money in the door faster. Because what we see a lot too is not only is there a stack of paper sitting there, but the payment has already been made and it's just sitting there waiting for somebody to do something with it. Why not automate that process and get that money into your bank account faster? So switching to electronic payment methods is a great way to do that. And again, there might be trade-offs. It might cost a little bit, but in the end, the speed and the administrative burden it takes away definitely can add value to your practice. And last but not least, access real-time payment data. That data is in the system. That data is in an organized manner, and you can work through a stack of checks programmatically very efficiently. So instead of that pile of paper on the desk, which by the way, you have to be very careful today with HIPAA laws and regulations, make sure that it is protected and people can't just walk by and see that, put it in the system. Which leads us to the gaining peace of mind. So investing in technology takes the stress out of payment security and accuracy. So as I said, having that stack of papers around with patient sensitive information in it is not a great practice in terms of HIPAA or just privacy in general. Put it all in the system behind a secure password in a system that takes the data in an encrypted, safe manner, so you can have that peace of mind that the data is safe and protected. So enhanced data security. Look for technology partners who take a multi-layered cybersecurity approach that evolves with industry standards, which is something we definitely invest heavily in at Rectangle Health. Automating the processes. Automating workflow streamlines operations, but also significantly reduces the risk associated with manual data entry and administrative mistakes. So when we get to it, when I show you the screens later that we have, you'll see that posting in an automated fashion can definitely help reduce the amount of mistakes somebody can make. You see these stacks of paper that I've talked about, and not all those pieces of paper look the same. So one insurance company may call the field you look at one thing, they may have it in the third column. Another insurance company that has a completely different format puts it in the seventh column. Or, it looks just so different that every time somebody has to look at a different insurance payment, they have to context switch. Invest in a solution that makes that easier. And then last year, comprehensive review methodologies. So technology partners can help with the review of claims. So posting a claim to the correct fields, helping automate that part, working with your practice management system or your EMR to post it correctly such that the EMR or practice management system, can do what they do best, which is put it in the patient ledger and have any flags needed for getting that claim, finalized. Last but not least, as far as the background of why you may want to invest in technology, I did want to talk about Rectangle Health for a minute and say that we've been processing patient payments over here on the copay side for many years, and we post that to the practice management system. And then at the end of the patient journey over there on the right, when they pay any remaining balances, so they've paid their copay, the insurance is paid, and maybe there's a remaining balance. We have many tools to collect those balances today too, and we've been doing that for many years. And we post that back to the practice management system to do all those great things we've already talked about, reducing the administrative burden, speeding up payments. Well, now in the middle here, the payer side, we've taken that same approach and done the same thing to insurance payments. So with straight through processing, we can get those insurance payments directly from, in this case, Zealous, and process those directly into your bank account. So there's no waiting for a stack of papers to be processed by somebody. It goes directly into the system. And with one click, we can post that back to your practice management system. So it's no longer just the patient responsibility amount. It's now all those amounts from the payer that you want to move to the practice management system. It's the allowed amount. It's the write-off amount. It's the paid amount on the line by line basis or at a claim level. We can post it either way. So now we have covered the whole patient journey, and we've put it in one spot. So reducing that burden of the stack of papers over here, patient payments over here, we now have those in one place. And we have, many practices that have given us great feedback on straight through processing, including one that was like, I love it. It's all just in one spot. When I turn on my system, I see all my payments in one place. So there's definitely benefits to putting that all into one system. And again, just to pivot to straight through processing a little bit and the benefits around that. So when you invest in automated, payment technologies, you can see here that you can receive that reimbursement processing automatically. So receive and process payer payments automatically. Manual processing is eliminated, and it's up to 50% faster. So instead of waiting for it to come in the mail, instead of waiting for somebody to open it, instead of waiting for somebody to have time to work through that stack of papers, the payment's already in the system. The payment's already on its way to your bank account. That's the benefit of the electronic straight through processing. That's one of the benefits. So the second part there is once you've got that in your system, you can use the one-click posting to post to the practice management system. So again, posting that allowed amount, that paid amount, maybe the write-off amount into your practice management system can be done with one click. And then last but not least, it's going to reduce errors. And I'll show you in a minute how we can consolidate all those different EOPs. They look different from every payer into one standardized format. And the one thing that I really, try to relate to people when we're talking about straight through processing is that it's like the payment gets to the practice and it just stops. We've automated that last mile of the journey so that you don't have to do that work anymore. It's directly in the system. This is a preview of our screen. So in Rectangle Health, we have the ability to process the payment just like we process all payments. So if you're familiar with us today, you've seen the payments in our system. That's pretty standard. And then if it's an insurance payment, you have the ability to click on a link to see the EOP, the explanation of payment. And as you can see there on the left side of the screen, this is the payment itself. So the high level, you see the total amount of the payment, and then you'll see all the claims underneath it. So if this payment had 1 claim, 3 claims, 10 claims, you would see all those right in the screen there. And this is a test patient, obviously. So you can see you got some patient information, you have a claim number, and then, like I said, you have all those elements of the EOP in this screen at the claim level that you're very interested in. How much was allowed? How much was paid by the payer? How much was a write-off amount? Any remark codes that came with it. You would be able to see those here. And of course, we have the post button. So when you're ready, with one click, you can post that claim to the patient's ledger. If you want to review the claim and see the details, all you need to do is click the claim number, as you see here. And once you click that claim number, you get the full explanation of payment, including all the line items, all the service lines that were in there. So you can see in this case, at the high level header, you still have that high level information of who it was paid for. So you can match that up if you want to make sure that it's matched up properly. You can see it's Timmy and he's born in 1974, and we have the provider name, and then you can match that up to your practice management system. And then you see the lines of service. So again, if there's 1 line of service or 10 lines of service, you would see all those here. And in this case, it doesn't matter if the payer was Aetna, Cigna, United, they're all going to look in the same format. So again, that takes the burden off of your staff to have to know all these different formats from all the different payers. There's just one format. And you see we have the submitted, allowed, deductible, paid, write-off amounts, remark codes, all these great things that you need to be able to make sure you understand why the claim paid the way it did. And this just happens to be a 2-line vision claim. So once you've reviewed it, you hit post and it'll push all that to your patient's ledger. So just to recap, we talked about how investing in automation and electronic forms of payment will actually speed up your practices, time to getting paid. It'll reduce the administrative burden on your staff, which we know today is a very big concern. It'll get rid of that paper off the desk, which will lead to an overall more secure, more reliable process. But I always think of all those things, getting the money in your account fast is probably, one of the best ones. So I'm going to pause right here for questions, and we'll see if there's any questions from anyone.
Wow, Matt, fantastic. What a great session, because all of us as physicians really care about our patients and focusing on disease. But it's important when you're running a practice or you're an associate in a practice on billing and getting paid for what we do. So let's ask you some questions if you don't mind after a session.
Absolutely.
Um, Say, for example, you don't get paid for the service you rendered. Do you folks provide a reason for that? Is there a chance to go ahead and bill again? Better documentation or EMR or paper charts? How do you folks help us with that?
Yeah, so absolutely. The payload of data we get is very similar to your EOP. And as I said, we have the EOP at your fingertips. So it includes remark codes, which would be at the claim level or the line level. So the reason why it paid the way it did, the reason why it might have rejected or not been covered, you'll see all those remark codes as you do today on the many different EOPs from the different payers you get. The good thing about our system is that you'll see them in a standardized format.
That's great. That's awesome. Of course, you're here to help us out. I care. Thank you.
Yeah.
However, you got to get paid.
Yeah.
So is there a cost per payment posted?
So there's not a cost per payment posted. We're processing it straight through, and the data just flows straight in. So it's a very, like I said in the video, very fast, easy, convenient experience, and it won't cost the practice any extra money, especially at a per transaction level.
Got it. So that said, what are the fees involved?
Yeah, so the fees involved are probably what you're experiencing today if you're getting paid with a virtual credit card, or even some ACH Plus products have fees with it. So those fees won't change, and there won't be any additional fees on top of that. So whatever you're paying today is what you would continue to pay on those.
Got it. And for those of us that have a huge glaucoma or dry eye practice, that's a large volume of patients for sure. Does the software handle that volume, that river of patients that we're seeing in terms of getting paid? And that said, does the software actually get better or help us when we have volumes that go up because we're getting paid more? And we
Yeah,
innovate.
absolutely. I mean, obviously the speed to payment is one benefit. So it doesn't matter if the system sends us over 10 payments or 1,000 payments. Those are being processed behind the scenes directly into your bank account via the API connection. So like I said, you don't have to have a stack of papers for somebody to sort through and sift through and process each one of those manually, or wait for that person to be in the office. We process these on Tuesday. You get the benefit of the system, taking that over for you. So as Zealous sends them to us, we process them right away. And it's waiting for you in the system for when you can get to it as far as the posting part. So the money's already in your account and you don't have to wait any longer.
See. Wow, we've all learned so much. Thank you so much. I have a question for you. A last question.
Yes.
Do you know what the raffle code is?
Do I know the what code is?
Raffle code. It's gift.
It's
G
gifts. Okay.
gift. GIFT.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for all you
Thank
do.
you.